Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. I love you. Sending you a very big virtual hug wherever you are on the earth plane right now. I just got out of our live global meditation. It was so powerful. The Instagram live didn't save, but it wasn't meant to be saved. So if you missed it, we're going to do it again next month and the following and the following and the following and as many months as we can, Jason Shirka and myself. But I wanted to give you two visions that came through, one during the meditation and one after. So here's the first one. Our bodies, our physical forms we're standing in a third dimensional matrix or a third dimensional field, which provides us with third dimensional consciousnesses to experience. Divide, polarity, right, wrong, good, bad, opinions, truths. You see all kinds of chaos and manipulation, mind control. You see the government's doing all kinds of crazy stuff for us, taking away our rights right now, keeping us locked in to our homes, maybe having mandated vaccines. You know, the censorship is out of control right now. It's insane. There's all kinds of stuff that is happening. There is mass genocide in a lot of different countries right now, and we're in it. We're in the third dimensional matrix. And so we're going to have emotions, thoughts, beliefs around it. There's nothing wrong with having opinions about it. There's nothing wrong with getting angry or upset about it. But here's the piece. There is also an aspect of you, many aspects of you, and they showed it almost like stretching into a fifth dimensional field or 5D consciousness. So even though your body is standing in a 3D dimensional field and you're on this matrix, in this matrix, there's also aspects of you that have tapped into and are being in a 5D field. And when you are there, you feel joy, peace, love, unity, expansion, freedom, right? There's all of these consciousnesses that you start to tap into and you start to be, even as your body is anchored in this very intense third dimensional matrix. And so what they showed me was, here's my body and here's these aspects of me, this consciousness that I'm constantly tapping into, which is really right here in my body. It's right now, in this now, in a quantum space happening now. What they said is, how often in your now moment can you begin to observe and be aware of standing in this third dimensional matrix? I can see it, I can feel it, I can watch myself respond within it. And I can begin to tap into those higher states of consciousness, those 5D consciousnesses, and try to be just a little bit different in my now moments. For example, if I run across somebody or I come across somebody at the supermarket or the gym or wherever I am, and there is a discussion and there is a divide, a disagreement. In a third dimensional matrix, right, I may have this knee-jerk reaction to argue. From a 5D consciousness, I may all of a sudden open up my heart and say, I love you. It's all good. You're freaking amazing. You're a rock star for being in your human body right now. I see it from a much different perspective. The more we can do that, the faster we're going to shift the entire human collective. The more we start choosing these higher states, the faster we shift an entire human collective. So this is about observing how you are being in every now and recognizing that there is nothing wrong with the opinions and beliefs and truths and behaviors and reactions and responses, because you're in the matrix, you're in the third dimension, your body's anchored there. But you always are accessing higher dimensional states of being in every now. And so we have to start to be aware of this. We have to start to become the observers and choose. Remember that we have choice. And that's how we start to really impact and pull our entire human consciousness into these higher states. That's the first piece. The second piece is, when I was in the meditation, these angels took me on this flight, so to speak. I was flying with these angels. And we were literally pouring light down on the entire planet. And they said, this is what we do to all of you in every now moment. What you're doing right now. And I was literally just flying over the earth plane, just like pouring light down like a rainstorm. And they said, we're doing this all the time for you guys. You guys are always receiving huge amounts of light, not just from the sun, not just from higher dimensional beings, but from the angelic realm. So there's these amazing angels that are in these higher states of consciousness that are lovingly watching us go through this, cheering us on, and inundating us with light. Inundating us with light. And I share this with you because standing in a matrix that we call a third dimension, we can get lost and we can get confused and we can forget that what is actually happening is that there are higher dimensional beings and consciousnesses and angels that are literally inundating us with high frequency light as we ourselves are constantly, continuously, courageously choosing to shine our own light out from our own physical bodies as often as we can, pulling ourselves out of a third dimensional matrix, choosing to step out of a third dimensional matrix, choosing to remember that the old ways of doing things that feel comfortable are not why we are on the earth plane. You're on the earth plane to move into these higher states. You're on the earth plane to see yourself as the human and the higher dimensional light being. You're on the earth plane to shine your light and your frequency out from the physical vessel that you're standing in. That's why you're here. And the power of that frequency emanating out from your body will destroy, will melt, will disintegrate any lower consciousness in its path. That's how potent and powerful high frequency light is, and that is how potent and powerful you are as a being of light in physical form. That is who you are. And the more you and I and everyone else begins to remember this over and over and over again, we allow ourselves to have compassion for our humanness, our anger and our rage and our need to speak up. Third dimensional matrix, perfectly beautiful. But we also remember that the real sort of weapon that we hold is our light. It's our light. And how bright can we shine our light on those we cannot stand? Choose to shine your light and your love on the humans and the organizations that you can't stand. That is how we shift the human collective. That is how your light works. That is why you are a light worker. You are using your light to literally dissolve or explode into one now moment all the dark and density on the earth plane, especially the dark density that you can't stand. We don't need to have and be in suffering anymore, in pain, in torture, in greed, in manipulation, in mind control. It's dissolving. Slowly, but it's dissolving. So, remember who you are. Remember the power of your light coming out of that physical body. Remember that you're standing in a third dimensional matrix, and that's okay. But remember that you're also tapping into an every now moment 5D consciousness inside your body, and it's a choice. And make nothing wrong. Shine your light. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. We are doing this. We are shifting an entire human collective, I promise you. Do not buy into the dark, the fear, the chaos. Don't buy into it. It's dissolving. I love you.